Hi, I'm Doug Noll, and in this video, I'm going to tell you the 5 things that you can do to develop your emotional intelligence. So let's get started. The first thing you can do is learn how to listen other people into existence. This is called affect labeling, and basically it involves listening to the emotions of another person, ignoring their words, and then reflecting back their emotions with a simple you statement. So you might say something like, "Oh, you're angry and frustrated. You don't feel listened to. Oh, you're sad." Whatever the emotion might be, keep it really simple. Use a you statement, not an I statement. Don't ask a question, and just watch the response. The second thing you can do to improve your emotional intelligence is learn how to affect label yourself. Basically, this is reflecting your own emotional experience to yourself. So it could be, "Oh, I'm really angry. I'm really frustrated. I don't feel like I'm being heard. I don't feel listened to. I feel unappreciated. I'm really sad." Whatever your emotions might be, simply label them back verbally to yourself. Brain scanning studies show that when you do this, you inhibit the emotional centers of your brain and activate your prefrontal cortex. Very powerful, hard science. The third thing you can do is build your emotional vocabulary. Emotions come in layers. So the layers are anger, and beneath that, injustice, not being heard, feeling disrespected, unappreciated. Below that, fear and anxiety. Below that, shame, humiliation, embarrassment, and guilt. Below that, sadness and grief. And at the very bottom, and the cause of most emotional distress, abandonment, feeling unloved, and feeling unlovable. If you just learn those words that I just spoke to you, then you can build your emotional vocabulary and you'll be able to cover about 99% of all emotional situations you'll ever see. The fourth thing you can do is get coaching. I've been teaching these skills for over 20 years. And the problem is that although they are magical in the way they work, they're also counter-normative and counterintuitive. And what that means is that you have to learn to do things that seem wrong to you. For example, telling somebody how they feel by saying you're frustrated can be very awkward in the beginning because we're taught not to pay attention to people's emotions. And using a you statement also seems very weird when we've all been taught with the so-called active listening to use an I statement. Well, that's all wrong. It's old psychology. It was never empirically validated, and it doesn't work. But learning the way that it does work, which is using a you statement, takes a little bit of practice. So when you can get some coaching and an expert can help you develop this skill, you'll learn a lot faster and you'll get over that first speed bump much, much quicker. And the last thing to do to develop your emotional competency is teach others the skill. Once you get the skills down and you know how to do it and you've got mastery over it, teach other people how to listen each other into existence. And even if you're not a teacher, when you model your emotional competency to people around you, they will naturally begin to imitate you. And that's a really wonderful thing to see, because all of a sudden all of your relationships change and transform in incredible and amazing ways. So try out these 5 things and improve your emotional intelligence. And visit my website, https.dougnoll.com. We'll see you there.